Travell's putting the mic a lot farther away than it needs to be. Or it could even be right there.
It's always there, dude.
I think it was there last time, wasn't it? Nope. Okay. Jason's putting his feet down, leaning in.
What I was just looking on Twitter
was porn.
Was porn. But it was.
Yes, there's butts in porn. Good job, Travell.
And boobs.
Mhm.
It was straight up porn though. Was somebody's Twitter that was they just favorited the tweet I made earlier.
Yeah.
And it's a name I didn't recognize, so I was looking at their profile. And the profile pics this girl, and like all the photos were like hot girls in bikinis, and in some cases full nudity. That's all their posts.
All the photos were hot girls in bikinis, and occasionally not.
Not in bikinis. Very, very much.
And then Travell's one tweet that he made. Which one?
No, they favorited it. They didn't retweet it.
Whatever.
So I
Which
thought
one?
The one I made earlier today. The only one I made earlier today. You don't pay attention to Twitter. It was the one about the photo of our setup from earlier.
Oh, okay. Cool.
That's all. That's all about that. What I was saying to you as we were walking in the door, which I held back from saying, more likely, was what I was going to say pertains more to the podcast, but it's an overall thing that I've thought about.
Okay.
Mostly because we were just out and about, and I thought we had a couple good conversations that would have been really good for the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not relive them, because that never goes well.
Fair.
So I was like, what? You know what? I wish we had, like, flashback recording with good audio quality.
On our life.
And that's that particular thought. But the other day I was thinking, I wish there was flashback recording for life.
Oh, yeah? What did you do that you wanted to read?
I don't think there was anything specific. But there's just some stuff that I was like, oh, that'd be kind of a funny thing to say. And I'm really bad at telling stories. So just, like, show them.
Just back up.
Just, like, plug a USB into my ear and download the files.
I love how you choose the ear.
Oh, what other orifice would you prefer?
I don't know, the ear is like the least USB-shaped one that I can think of.
What would be the most USB one? USB-shaped.
Like, I don't know, but you try shoving that in your ear while we're at this. Why not? Doesn't really seem like the best spot.
The USB stick I picked up, for those listening, which would be no one, because I don't think anybody listens to the show. Except our friends.
There's someone, don't be rude. Travell, roll the intro. I'm not jumping in on this if that's what you're waiting for.
Hippies. Welcome to the Hardly Working Hippies podcast.
We're here again. Same place we usually are.
No, we're not. We're not here.
Where are we?
That's a good question. Maybe we should inspect the shipping label on this box we're currently in.
That'd be difficult since they're usually on the outside.
Fair point.
What did I tell you about being on me when I'm eating? Get down.
Here's a Shadowfact for you. Fuck you.
Get down, Shadowfacts. Go on. Just for now. This cat is not... Go on. Okay,
So we have this cat named Shadowfacts.
Named Shadowfacts.
Occasionally Danny John Jules, if you're in the mood.
Oh, occasionally, yep.
But she likes to cuddle, especially up on Jason.
She loves me. She really loves me. Too much.
Too much so that apparently, as just heard, Jason has one rule.
I have 2 rules, actually. The cat doesn't sit on me when I'm eating, and the cat doesn't come in my room when I'm sleeping. That's it. Apart from that, like, if the cat wants to cuddle, fine. The cat can come cuddle, as Travell witnessed earlier, as I was trying to play Hearthstone and the cat kept getting in the way.
Didn't stop me.
It didn't stop me either, but that, like, I'll put up with that, but not when I'm eating and not when I'm sleeping. But, yeah, the cat tries anyways, because it's a cat. And Travell has this thing where he does Shadowfacts now.
There was this little... I'll put in the link dump this little comic Jake showed us. That was Lord of the Rings. It was Shadowfacts, F-A-C-T-S. And the horse started saying facts about shadows.
Yeah.
Great comic. Especially after I described it.
I don't think I saw it, actually.
Did you?
Nope.
Not?
Don't think so.
Okay, bringing it up.
Great podcast content.
So how's work been?
Work? I'm quitting. Not that good. The last day I was in, it was okay. Mainly because I wasn't doing anything. They got that.
So you're doing that. You're quitting?
Yep.
Are you excited?
Nope. Like I was saying to you earlier, like,
Off mic?
I'm glad that I won't be having the job anymore.
But you miss the people.
But I'm gonna miss the people I was working with, because I like the people I work with. The job just sucks. So,
You never know.
What do you mean I never know?
Maybe somewhere down the line, you'll miss selling printers to mysterious guys who show up with magic printing cards.
I don't think I will.
You never know.
I never know, but I don't think I will. I never missed it before, so how could I miss it now? Okay, Shadowfacts, come on now. Nope.
Here's a shadow fact for you. You pissed me off. So,
Yeah.
fuck you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well-known fact, 90% of all shadow facts end with fuck you.
Yeah, at least. I'm just gonna creak my chair a bit more. Just gonna slide in. Attack the cat with the chair a little bit. Alright. And I'm close to the mic now, so I can be quieter.
Is that gonna stop you?
Nope. Because the whole reason was so that I can sit back and continue being the normal volume.
Okay, then. Great.
Here's a shadow fact for you. I don't have anything.
I don't actually have one.
The cat didn't actually do anything. But, you know, I like sitting back, so this is nice.
Leaning back.
Travell.
Yes.
Your poop story. I set a reminder on my phone. I can't miss this, Travell.
No, I remembered it too. It was more just, it was like, segways. Where we're going, we don't need segways.
Yeah.
Travell, your poop story.
Have we ever used segways properly?
No.
No.
Like, I'm always driving it on one wheel, not both.
Yep.
So...
I often ride on them backwards.
I think this is the only story that, when we were out and about having a chat, out and about...
that we actually stopped ourselves so we could save it.
Yeah. And that was, Jason asked me, what was the worst thing you've had to do at work? Or first he said, what was the fruitiest
thing that you've had to deal with at work?
And I said, well, the literal fruitiest thing.
Manager.
The literal fruitiest thing I had to deal with work was clean up poop a couple weeks ago.
That's as far as we got, so please continue.
Okay. I almost barfed.
Mm-hmm.
Which happens anytime, almost anytime I have to do any real bathroom cleanup.
Yep.
It just makes me pukey. But,
you almost puke every time you do bathroom duty stuff.
Yeah, because it's gross.
Continue.
It is so gross. It is so gross that it is gross. Nailed it. Right?
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, like we the story was that I'm just gonna start over. Travell, cut out all the bullshit from me going, so anyways, cleaning up the poop wasn't that bad other than like barfing.
Yeah, other than it being almost pukey, yeah.
Almost barfy.
But
like there wasn't that much. I was just super mad because we heard that it happened from like the parent or whatever. I don't know who the heck's let their kid poop on not the toilet. But that's what happened.
Okay.
So I didn't look at it. 2 employees were not dealing with it, like on purpose. They're like, I'm not going to deal with that. It's just not. So that built up my expectation of, for whatever reason, and it's like, you know, any sort of like public washroom where they don't actually have a seat, like a flat seat. But my mind, even though I know there's no flat seats, how they built it up was imagining just like this big log of poop just sitting on top of the toilet seat.
But that's not what it was.
No. I get in there, and there's a little bit on the floor, and there's some on the seat, but it was smudged. Great poop story, I know. But it wasn't like that much.
Okay.
So I got...
Sorry. I have been imagining this all wrong. So I just need to reprocess this in my brain for a second. Earlier when we brought it up, I said, like, in the theater, and you're like, yeah. So I was imagining, like, in the movie theater.
In one of the theaters?
In one of the theaters.
Someone just took a dump?
Some fucking kid was, like, watching the movie, and they're like, I need to go to the bathroom. And their parents like, no, just hold it. We're watching the movie, just hold it. And they're just like, I can't. So just kind of shuffle around a bit, and then just took a dump right in the theater. That's what I was imagining. So it was in the bathroom. They just missed?
I don't know.
How do you...
Dumb kid.
How do you... I don't get it, but okay. Just here to clean up a bit of stuff around the toilet.
Yeah, and like, it was... Well, I just got super mad, because these people are both adults who are refusing to do it. It's like, grow the fruit up, and not have me have to deal with cleaning up shit. Like, come on, right?
Yeah.
That's like a grow the fuck up sort of situation.
That shouldn't really be a manager's job.
Well, not even then. It's like you see a mess. It's not like I imagined where it's a big dump just on top of the toilet. No, it was a little bit of...
It's a little bit of poop.
A little bit
down on the floor. Yeah. It's a little wipe off of the seat, and you're done.
Yeah.
Good to go.
But no, they're refusing to do it, treating like a nuclear bomb went off in there and radiation would kill them. It's like, grow the fuck up.
How old are these people anyways?
They're older than me.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was very mad when it came to actually cleaning it up.
Yeah, I'd be steamed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's like a thing that people usually say, but it's something I'm saying, so, you know. Take it or leave it. Except you don't have a choice, you're taking it.
So you got any... And I've told my poop story, Jason. You got something?
Well, I was actually planning on just kind of going back to that question I asked you. Like, what's not literally, but like the worst thing that you've had to deal with at the theater? Not literally the shittiest, but just like the worst. The worst situation or like customer that you've had to deal with.
I don't know. There's been some pretty bad customers, but none that are like... That's kind of like a weekly thing.
Weekly? weekly.
What was the worst situation of the week, and then the memory fades.
Oh yeah, I see.
That's all.
That's makes sense, I guess. See, to me,
you have a record.
There is two. Two customers I can name off the top of my head that were the worst customers I had to deal with. One, the cult guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Him, not as a customer, but he just made me uncomfortable in general. And two was the I've told the phone story before, but the guy on the phone with the stupid screen.
Yeah.
Where he's like, I want to know how far down this goes. Well, I don't know how far down that goes, sir. I ordered this off of your website. Well,
okay.
Yeah, it's on the website, but we don't have that in store. Well, someone in the store must know. No, nobody in the store is gonna know.
So
you need a job where you know something.
So you've told both those on the podcast.
I have, but
do you have
those
one
are
you
worst.
haven't shared?
It is complete. There was a guy that came in a while back.
Oh, fuck.
This guy, he came in with a printer. He's like, this printer won't hook up to my computer. We're like, okay, whatever. We'll it's not that old. We'll exchange it for you. So he goes. He gets another one of the same printer, and then he's like, okay, can we just get this set up here? Like, can you guys set this up for me? And we're like, yeah, it's $20 and we'll do it. And he's like, yeah, great. So, and then I was in the tech room. I wasn't the person dealing with this customer. I just got the second-hand bit. But I was in the tech room doing a screen protector install. And he comes in and he's talking about how there's a bunch of stuff that's encrypted on his computer. Zach was the one dealing with it, but he's like, oh yeah, but you'll be able to get through that, I'm sure. And I'll have to be here to put the passwords in. I'm like, okay, one, Zach, he shouldn't be in here. You should have just done up a ticket and gotten the passwords from him. And two, I don't know who he thinks we are. That we're just
Who do you think I am?
Just unlock all your encrypted files for you. But in any case, Zach spent 5 hours trying to install this damn printer. It was not going to install. It was not going to work. I don't know what the problem with it was, but they never got it working. Eventually, he just gave up.
Yeah.
But he was super annoying about it, too. Because he's like, well, this printer, we have to get this printer working, because it's either we get the printer working or I'm going to lose my job. I'm like, and we're like, well, I'm sorry, but the printer is not going to work. It's for whatever, I don't know what you've got on your computer, but it's just not gonna. It's just not. But, so that was one of the shittiest things I've not personally dealt with, but seen dealt with.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty recent, too. That was just a couple of weeks ago. But,
yeah?
Yeah. But yeah, people like that are just really annoying. There was one other guy that came in that was... Oh. No. That wasn't the worst. The worst one that I did sort of deal with, again, Zach was mainly dealing with him. I was just kind of helping out at points. But he, brought in this computer that was, I think, 2 or 3 months old. Something like that. Anyway, it's, well out of standard coverage, right?
You said the place.
Yeah, Business Depot places, normal coverage is 14 days. Mm-hmm. We'll return it. Unless you're getting the extended warranty, then we'll cover you for ages and ages.
Yes.
For however long. But if you're not buying that, if it breaks after that time, then you got to go through the manufacturer. That's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
And so he comes in. He's like well out of the coverage. And he's like, well, I bought this computer here, so you need to do something about it. And I'm like, well, sir, we can put it in to get looked at, to get fixed, but you're gonna have to pay for it. Or I think what it was is it was like we told him, like, you're still covered under the manufacturer, so you'll just have to contact them and submit your claim, and then you'll have to mail your computer out to them. And he's like, well, you guys are going to have to do that for me. I'm like, well, I'm sorry, you don't have the extended coverage, so if we're going to do this for you, there's going to be a charge. And at first he's like,
it's going to cost you.
And at first he's like, well...
How many children do you have?
I bought...
Which ones do you not like?
Yeah. I bought this computer from here, so you guys have to take care... No, it would have been explained to you right at the time, like, if you don't get this, you're going to be dealing with the manufacturer on your own.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like... And finally he just gave in. He's like, fine, whatever. I'll pay for it, just do this for me.
Do it for me.
And then, actually... This was another time when Zach just got stuck with a customer for like a long time. I think this one he was stuck with for like 2 hours or something. No, sorry, just 1 hour. Just 1 hour for that one.
Sorry. Wrong.
Yeah.
Completely wrong.
Yeah, just 1 hour.
Utterly false.
Because like,
it was 20 minutes.
Yeah, no, not quite.
It was 2.
It was an hour.
It was 2 minutes.
It was an hour. But yeah, because like he called the manufacturer, started to put in the claim. And then he was talking to one of our managers about it, and the manager's just like, you know what? Let's just replace his computer. It's gonna be easier. So I think that's what they ended up doing, is doing like replacement, but he had to buy the extended warranty on it. Mm-hmm. Like he was forced to get the replacement. But
yeah.
That's what they ended up going for, I think. But yeah, like it was just the guy was. Just, yeah, well, I bought this here, so you have to fix it for me. Well, no. Not quite.
Is that how life works for that guy? You go to a dollar store and buy a mug and then drop it on the way out, and it's like, you have to fix this for me.
Apparently.
I can't think of other examples like that, but...
Goes to the grocery store.
Buys a jar of mayonnaise.
Buys 50 lobsters, leaves them in his freezer for 5 years. You have to fix these for me.
Yeah.
You need to replace these.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, you have no receipt. Oh, I saw online. So, you know.
That was going to be... You saw your father do something like this.
No, I saw online. Like, so obviously the legitimacy of this story can be questioned, but it sounds fair, fairly like plausible. Apparently, this person works at a grocery store, and that's my phone telling me to remember that you have a poop story.
Jason, I have this poop story.
Yeah, but so apparently some person came into the grocery store and they're like, yes, I'd like to return these chips. And they're like, do you have your receipt? And she's like, well, no. Okay, so they call manager over, and the manager's talking to her, and she's like, and he's looking at the chips. He's like, we don't sell these chips here, so I'm not going to be able to return them for you. And she's like, what? No, you have to return these for me. And the manager's just like, all right, so normally we won't accept returns without the receipt anyways.
Mm-hmm.
And it's obvious you didn't even purchase these here because I don't sell them here.
Yes.
So there's no way I can return these for you.
Of course.
And the woman, I think it was a woman, was like, look, I just want to return these chips. I don't understand why you can't do that. And the manager just returns with, you don't understand why I can't return something that I don't sell.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the woman just, like, left. Just walked out.
When I worked at a grocery store, I think I've had similar things happen to me like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, somebody bought it at the only other grocery store in town. They're like, I need to return this.
It's like, we don't sell that. Oh.
I can't return that.
Yeah. At least they just left.
They didn't try and argue with you?
Yeah. They're just like, oh, okay. They left.
Yeah. That's actually not something that I've really had happen. Not that I'm really doing returns most of the time, but...
Mm-hmm.
There was one lady, though. There was one lady who came in with stuff that was legit, like, 2 years old. She's like, this has never been opened. I want to return it. And we're like, no. She's like, I want to talk to your manager. So, of course, one of our managers goes over and she's like, no. And I guess, like, she ended the conversation. They were arguing about it. Or she was trying to argue about it. And my manager just ended the conversation with, like, not even Walmart would return that. Like, we're not doing it. And she just got mad and left. So, yeah, she came in with something 2 years old and expected us to return it. Like, why? Why do people do things, Travell? I don't understand.
What? Sorry, I get what you're saying, but all you said, Jason, was, why do people do things? I don't understand.
Why are people so dumb?
Well,
I don't think she did have a receipt. She must have had a receipt because we knew they were 2 years old. But still.
Jason, you've seen Idiocracy. It's where we're going.
I guess so.
So I opened up Tumblr when you started talking about that story because I thought maybe you blogged it or maybe I'd see it somewhere because you read everything on Tumblr.
It was a Tumblr post.
Exactly. But some of I think 2 of the first posts I found on here were just straight up hardcore porn.
Wow.
Yeah, so...
Yeah. Do I have any other bad customer service stories? There's this thing at Office Supply Depot.
Mm-hmm.
Where when you walk in the door, to your left is the tech area. Right? So, like, that's where you go if you have a broken computer or anything like that. Straight ahead of you, slightly to your left, there's a big sign that says customer service. And then straight
Into the
ahead,
stream.
the first till says purchases, returns, and exchanges.
Mm-hmm.
People constantly walk in, turn left, go over to the tech desk, wait for someone to show up, and then tell them they want to do a return.
That's... Okay. I've not made many returns in my life, but I'm also young.
Uh-huh.
I do not go to any desk. Any desk. I don't go to anywhere. I don't go where I bought it. Well, I go to the store. I don't. I just don't walk up to the register in most cases. I scan the area for a customer service location or guest service or returns and exchanges or refunds.
Yeah.
If none of those, then I find somebody to talk to.
Yeah. Yeah, no. But yeah, people constantly, they'll walk in, they'll turn left, and they'll just kind of, they get to, like, the number 5, the till number 5, which doesn't even work at the moment, and they just kind of stand there. And you walk up to them and you're like, hey, can I help you with something? And they're like, yeah, I just want to return these. Like, and often they're like, oh yeah, I bought this and yada yada yada, something's wrong with it, blah blah blah. I'm like, so you want to return it? Yes. Over there. And they're like, oh. Okay. And they go over there. But multiple times a day, way too many times a day, do people walk in, turn left, and just want to do a return? Where there's nobody standing there, that should be your first tip off.
Yeah, nobody's there.
There's always somebody on the return still. Always. Unless the return still is broken. Which almost never happens. So, if you walk in and there's no one standing there, and like what store do you go to where there's a return still just with no one there?
Exactly.
Like, if you walk in and there's no one there, then, yeah, of course, that's not the right place to be.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, if you just turn, or you don't even have to turn. If you walk in, read, like, the first thing there, it says returns. The other thing they do is come over there when they want to go get something printed. It's the legit opposite direction, and again, there's a big sign saying, like, printing area. Nope, gonna go to the tech area. And say, hey, I want to get this photocopied or whatever. And you're like, yeah, behind you.
Mm-hmm. People are dumb.
People are incredibly stupid.
Idiocracy has predicted the future. Right?
Probably.
Right?
Maybe not quite that bad, but...
Eventually. You know, it'll happen. Someday you'll just be flipping on the TV and see that there's a new series coming out of my balls. And you check the theater program, and in the coming months is ass. And it'll win 8 Oscars that year, including Best Original Screenplay. Oh, that movie.
I want to know why we're listening to it.
What?
Nothing. But yeah.
So, I brought these up a while ago. Got some, I have some news stories. News stories.
From Travell.
From Travell. From the Huffington Post.
Of course.
Written, this article by David Moyer, maybe. Armless woman Jessica Cox flies plane with feet.
Hardcore.
Metal as Frodo.
Right.
By any definition, Jessica Cox is an accomplished woman. The 32-year-old resident of Tucson, Arizona, was born without arms and has somehow managed to learn how to surf, play the piano, and get a black belt in Taekwondo.
Nice.
She's also learned to fly an airplane, as this video, which is linked in the article, demonstrates. In 2008, she became the first pilot licensed to fly with her feet. She says in the video, the only thing I really need help with is doing my hair.
That's legit. Now, I want to see a video...
She can do more with just legs than I can do with all appendages.
Yeah, I want to see a video of her, though, just, like, sipping tea using her toes.
Well, she probably doesn't use her toes to specifically sip the tea. I mean, the mouth is part of sipping tea.
Holding the cup, okay? Did I really need to specify that?
Yeah. So, like, awesome.
It's kick-ass.
Kick-ass.
Yeah.
Do you have a news story ready, or shall I go to my second?
I have a news story. We won't stay on it for very long, but it's the only one that looked vaguely interesting, to be honest, that I saw. Condom portrait of Pope Benedict criticized. Museum says it's meant to spark AIDS conversation.
Wait, what?
So, basically, somebody made a portrait of the Pope out of 17,000 condoms.
Nice.
Right?
That looks pretty cool.
Like, that is a kick-ass
That's like
portrait.
pixel art.
Yeah. Except with condoms.
From condoms.
Yeah. It's awesome.
So, like, Dickxel art. I was trying to make a penis pun, like, with the word penis first. And then I was like, wait.
Wait.
There's a better opportunity
There's
here.
a word for this. But yeah, has the Milwaukee Art Museum has received dozens of complaints from angry Catholics and others over its plans to display a portrait of Pope Benedict that is made from 17,000 condoms.
Nice.
People say that it's insulting. At least one donor, has ended their financial support of the museum over this, which is ridiculous. But okay. But yeah, and the museum is just like, no, it's meant... It's not meant to be disrespectful. It's meant to get people talking about AIDS. Because AIDS is a bad thing.
Thanks, Jason. Thanks for summing it up for us there.
Yeah.
Was that in the article, or was that your own little spin on the story?
That was my own little add-on there.
So yeah, like, I think it's good. That's cool.
It's cool.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
It's cool. It's a cool art piece. The message behind it seems good. Wasn't listening fully. Was it, like, the church in general, or was it the Pope himself who had a problem with it?
Well, it's the last Pope that the portrait is of. It's not the current Pope.
Oh.
Dude, the current Pope would have no problem with it. Have you heard about the current Pope?
I know.
He's awesome. But, no, it was like... it was members of the church.
Yeah, okay.
Not. I didn't see anything about, like, that. The Pope that it's of, or the current Pope having any issues.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Especially if it's a past Pope, then, like, yeah, like, whatever.
Yeah. What you gonna do, man? Yeah. Yeah, at first I was like, no, this is like, the current Pope, but no, it's not. It's the past Pope. But yeah, like, the current Pope would have no issue with it. He's awesome.
Alright, so I have my second story here.
Alright, fire.
Not gonna read the headline.
Why?
I'll give it away. I'm gonna build this up.
Okay, go ahead.
By not much, as it's in the first sentence. A woman in Georgia is marketing her services in the breast way possible. By giving massages with her size 48 NN breasts.
That's big. Like,
And
I don't know my
yes.
breast sizes, but that's big. That's got 48 in it.
And yes, bra sizes do go that large. Christy Love, 34, is a certified massage therapist in Atlanta, advertises herself on her website as the premier CMT BBW body rub specialist, taking Atlanta and the world to an all-new level of BBW adult entertainment. Adult. Adult. That one kind of drifted into there.
Yeah.
For those who need some explaining, CMT is certified massage therapist and BBW is big, beautiful women. Woman.
Yeah.
Woman. Singular.
Woman.
Love's clients can get both a normal and sensual massages, but her stack in trade is something called the Happy Man Works, where she rubs her gigantic bosoms over various parties of her client's body for $300 an hour.
Did you say potties?
Body.
No, various...
Body. Various parts of her client's body.
Okay, you said potties or something.
Sure.
You did.
Love claims on her website that the mammary massage is supposed to keep you focused in the present and give you opportunity to experience all aspects of your nature and not just your persona.
Oh, it'll keep me focused, all right.
Love didn't intend to put her boobs front and center when she started out in her masseuse career, but her attempts at finding a regular job were a bust. I'm gonna scroll back up to who wrote this article. Oh, hey, it's the same guy.
There you go.
David Moye. Yeah. Except in the last article, I don't think there was any puns. So shame on you.
Shame.
Quote, when I finished beauty school, no one wanted to hire me. I got interviews, but I kept getting asked if I'd be able to stand all day. Love said according to revealed.co.uk. People assume my size would be a disadvantage. They'd never get back in touch. That sentence tripped me up quite a bit.
They'd never get back in touch.
Yes. And this story just keeps going.
I see something. Wait. I see. Okay.
Going down here. I was gonna say that's enough, but Love makes as much as $1,300 a day doing the massages and has worked out various techniques using her breasts in different ways, such as body gliding, where she covers herself in oil and slides over the customer. Some customers just want to be squashed, a technique that Love says is not without risks. Quote, I have to keep an eye out when I'm squashing someone, unquote. She said, according to Mirror. I look at their feet and their fingers and make sure there's still movement there and see that they're still breathing.
Wow.
Michelle Rosen, a licensed massage therapist in Los Angeles, says Love's mammary rub-downs are completely unethical. Christie provides more of a sexual favor than massage, and it is considered inappropriate and illegal activity. She told the Huffington Post by email. In massage school, we are taught not to do what Christie performs. It's more of a sexual act, and it gives those professional massage therapists whom actually give proper massages with their hands a bad reputation.
I'll show you a proper massage with my hands.
Okay, so this woman, Jason,
has big breasts and is using them.
But it doesn't really sound like a massage. I gotta agree with the actual massage therapist. Even not in the sexual side, too.
Yeah,
It just sounds like she's flopping her breasts on these people, and it's like, that's a massage.
I wouldn't do it.
No, I wouldn't be up for it.
But...
And I've gotten massages, but a gigantic boob massage? Haven't had a gigantic boob massage.
You've had other massages, though?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't.
They're nice. Relaxing. Of course. I'm going to keep thumping the box and making noise.
Did you have a male or female masseuse?
It was a female.
Oh, okay. I remember...
Now I really want to go for a massage.
I just remember listening to the Rooster Teeth podcast while playing Wind Waker. That's very specific and important that you need to know. And Gus talking about how, like, he used to get massages from female masseuse, and then he got, like, one from a dude, and he'll never go back because it was so much better.
Yeah, and then, like, the squashing.
Yeah, the squashing thing just sounds...
Like, okay, so I'm
like
going to put...
king.
It's causing a asphyxiation by getting smushed by
Excuse me.
Smushed by giant boobs. So...
Basically a standard Saturday evening for me.
Ladies. See, it worked that time.
Yep, it sure did.
I can't remember what I said the time before, which I believe was off mic.
We were playing Minecraft.
Oh.
But I don't remember what you said either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't even remember what you changed it to. Because you were going to go for ladies and then you went for something else, but I don't remember what.
Don't know.
Yeah. So. I'm trying to think of a word that starts with so. There's not many.
Socrates.
That doesn't start with so.
Socrates.
Socrates.
Jason, you Socrates.
Legit how I read Socrates until I found out that I was reading it wrong. I hate English. I really do.
Wouldn't that be Greek?
Yeah, but shut up. I hate English.
I hate English anyways.
I hate English anyways. Because yes, it happened with that word, but it happens with a lot of English words. I can't name any off the top of my head right now. But where, like, I know the word, too, and I know how it's pronounced, but when I read it, Emmanuel and I had this discussion once, where it's like, you know the word, you know how it's pronounced, but when you read it, you just pronounce it completely wrong. Like, you just pronounce it how you read it.
I do that with Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Yeah.
That's how I read it and how I write it.
Yeah, like with Socrates, too. I remember reading a book where just one of the characters, they always called him Socrates.
Was he actually Socrates?
He was not.
Was this some Bill and Ted going on in this book?
No, he was not. He was just a character that they just called him that because I guess he had a Socrates-like personality at times. I don't know.
He was Greek?
It was a long time ago. Shut up. Anyways, but like, I knew Socrates, but when I read it, I read the whole book with them calling him Socrates.
Nice.
Or Socrates.
Socrates.
Yeah, Socrates. Socrates. Like, it was just a thing that happened. It just, when I hit that word, it was Socrates. It was not Socrates. So, don't you just love words, Travell?
Yeah, sorry, so I was looking up Jurassic Park for the IMDb review of the week. But the first one I found here is actually a review for Jurassic World.
Nice, okay.
As I read it. Okay, so the Jurassic Park one I found. Wow. I had to kind of sift through these, because most of them are like, it was bad, but the effects were good. That's almost all of these. But this one. 7 out of 57 found this review useful, and the title is Completely Horrible. 1 star out of 10. Written by Rebma 6292 from the U.S. on the 21st of November 2010.
Okay, so 5 years ago.
This review may contain spoilers.
Spoilers! Spoiler alert for Jurassic Park 1993.
Indeed. Look at you.
Look at me go.
It's hard to even rate a... Blip, blip, blip.
Blip, blip, blip.
1 out of 10. It's hard to even rate this movie a 1 out of 10. There was just nothing positive that could be said about it. Dinosaurs being brought back to life? I mean, come on. It was such a disgraceful plot. My 6-year-old nephew didn't even enjoy it, and he loves dinosaurs.
Please.
The acting was dreadful. Jeff Goldblum should be ashamed of his atrocious performance. His role in Earth Girls Are Easy was better than this role. Not to mention, the dinosaurs are hardly entertaining or interesting.
Wait.
This movie was obviously the worst movie of the century. I expected more. It's sad how the movie We're Back was monumentally better than this. We're Back is a animated movie about dinosaurs coming back in like the 90s. It's a cartoon.
Okay.
It's not that great apparently. I haven't seen it myself.
Okay.
Anyways, you were trying to interrupt earlier. Earth Girls Are Easy? Is that what caught your attention there?
Yeah.
The movie Earth Girls Are Easy?
No, it was his role in Earth Girls Are Easy. Bring that back up. I was just reading. Was better than his role in this movie. That's a weird thing to say. Like,
he was better in a different movie?
But the way they're saying that doesn't really make it sound like that. It's like his role in this was better than in this. So it's almost like they're criticizing the role itself, not so much the actor, the way they wrote that. So, that looks terrible.
I can't remember if it's supposed to be good or not.
It looks awful. Like, I mean, let's ignore the plot for a second there, Travell.
The Earth Girls are easy to clarify.
Yeah, let's ignore the plot to that the little bit of plot I got from that trailer.
Which we just watched. 5.2, that's not too bad.
Let's assume it's...
By IMDb standards, that's not too bad.
Let's just take a thought here, okay?
Okay.
I'm done with
I've
thought.
taken one.
I've taken my thought. Let's move on.
I've taken one thought.
All right. You can cut that out. But, yeah, no, it looks awful.
Also, Jim Carrey's in that movie. Didn't really show him there, but he's another one of the aliens.
Of course. Who isn't an alien? Us, I guess. But, I mean, technically, if there are aliens, we're aliens to them.
And Damon Wayans.
So, that means we're all aliens. And if there aren't aliens, then there's no such thing as aliens. So there you have it.
Nailed it. Jason, master of speech.
If there aren't aliens, then there's no such thing as aliens. You heard it here, folks, on the Hardly Working Hippies podcast.
Your number one source for occasional news.
Your number one source for facts.
Occasionally.
That was pretty factual, Travell.
Yeah, sometimes. All right. I think that's it.
You're not going to read me this?
Yeah. That was just me. That's just weird. That's just where the page ended up.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, this has been the Hardly Working Hippies podcast.
It has.
A rather interesting podcast.
Travell, roll the intro.
There was...
outro.
We already did the intro, Jason.
What? That's okay. Roll it again.
Okay. Anyways.
Or don't. Whatever.
I'm tired all of a sudden.
Anyways, you can contact the show.
At
hardlyworkinghippies@gmail.com. Or you can go to the website, which you can probably guess the URL of. hardlyworkinghippies.com.
Butts, nuts, and gluts.
Butts, nuts, and other stuffs.
Sure.
Stretcher stuff. That was a stretch. And then follow Travell.
You can follow me on Twitter at askew_glasses. And you can follow Jason.
Or you can not at AcePile000 on Twitter. Or AcePile00 on Tumblr. Or my YouTube channel.
They can't follow you on there?
Well, I mean, they could. And they... I don't know. I guess that's up to them. I don't think anyone has yet, so Maybe they have. Maybe, I got a new follower on Tumblr, and they got to me through the show, and I just have no idea.
No idea.
If that's the case, you should let me know.
Yes.
Via, asks or something. Asks. Messages.
Also, I don't think we actually bring it up that much. There's the Hardly Working Hippies YouTube channel.
There is, yeah. Well, most of our videos are on the website, so...
Sort of, if you remember.
Right, yeah. Okay, so just go to the YouTube channel on YouTube.
Hardly Working Hippies. It's got the Hippies Plays. It's got the podcasts every Friday.
It's got the
sometimes
shorts.
Earlier than when they're out on the website. Sometimes not. Really depends on the Jason.
Depends on my schedule. There's also
Sorry, let me just smoke this cigar.
There's also occasionally...
There's
also occasionally shorts on there, though sometimes Travell posts them to his channel instead for reasons unknown.
What do you mean?
Well, what do I mean?
Like the first one before we had a channel?
No, not that one. You posted, I think it was the Cinderella thing you posted to your channel instead of...
Well, yeah, it was an Askew Glasses video.
But
it always
was.
Was. And you have never been in my videos ever before.
Ever. Never.
Anyways. Bye.
Yeah, there's stuff.
Go.
Watch it.
Go away, Shoo.
Don't be rude.
No, get out.
Don't be rude now.
It's my property. Off my property.